It had been going really well. I thought making a lot of strides in the last couple outings, especially being able to go deep into the games, a few quality starts. But mainly it was some of the things we were working on, me and Ramsey down there. We saw a lot of really good progress in for consistency of pitches and like that translates it deeper in games. So just a lot of things kind of piecing together down there. So felt good to get a call up at this time.
What do you feel like your role might be, however long you're up here?
Whatever the team needs me for. Out of the pen, starting, doesn't really matter. Just looking to contribute any way I can and, get outs and get our guys back in the dugout.
How comfortable are you with long relief if that's the way they go?
I think it's just a slight mentality shift. This isn't my first time doing that anymore, so every time you do it, it gets a little bit easier. You find different things that, lock you in when you need to be locked in, as opposed to a start where, you have the whole day to kind of figure out your schedule and things like that. So I'm getting more and more comfortable with it. It's like I said, it's just a slight mentality shift. And, I talk to a lot of the older guys and a lot of the guys in the pen and kind of talk to them about their routines and whatnot and try to pick up, little things that, make them as good as they are in the pen this year for being able to, step up when the moment calls and be ready to go.
What's it been like watching what Josh has done there, down there, Josh Lester?
The dude just hits. I mean, he's got unbelievable power. He's been consistent all year down there for us. I mean, anytime we needed a big hit, he was a guy that kind of stepped up and took the reins there. So he's a guy that's been, he's been playing for a little while, and he just knows how to go about his business in a professional manner. And it also helps that he's got a pretty big stick to go along with it.
Where's the last outing for you, 6 scoreless? What was working? What went well that day?
I was able, that outing in particular, I was able to throw all 4 pitches for strikes. So there really wasn't anything that I didn't feel strongly about throwing at that time. And we had a very solid game plan because I threw in the middle of the week, so we'd kind of seen how they were playing. And then we were able to flip that game plan and go to, the alternate side of it the second half of the outing. So we were just able to keep them off balance pretty much the entire day. So like I said, it was just the consistency of all the pitches kind of coming together the last few outings has really been good to see.
Bruce, how do you feel like you've changed as a pitcher maybe over the past year or so?
Well, I mean, with the addition of a couple different pitches, the two-seam in particular has kind of shifted how I attack certain hitters. But I don't think too much has changed in the overall mentality of it. I think there's just a more heightened focus on execution, when you come up here. Pitching down there is one thing, but coming up here, the margin of error obviously is so much smaller. But at the same time, like I said, I get a little more comfortable with whatever role they pull me up here for, and just doing my best to succeed in whatever position they place me in.
Since you first debuted, this team has changed a lot. How would you describe the change between the time when you came up in late 2020 and now?
I mean, it's a big change. I wouldn't say a 180, but it's pretty close to it. I think just in the whole mentality of the actual team, the mentality of the front office, the players that are coming up. I saw it well before 2020. Growing up in Baltimore and watching the team mesh from 15 in the LCS to 17, 18, 19, all those years. But it's been a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of these guys I got to play with, especially. So that adds a whole another element to coming back up here and wanting to contribute. And I think it's a really great culture that's slowly been growing here over the last 2 years, and especially this year. Speaking with Dean and Bradish and staying in contact with a lot of these guys, what's been going on up here has been fantastic, and I think it's really translating, obviously, as everybody can see with the record and whatnot. So, as a lifelong Baltimore fan and as a part of the organization, it's really exciting to watch and look forward for the rest of the season.
Speaking of Baltimore, do you have any amateur history with Lamont Wade?
I do, yeah. He went to St. Paul's, which is a rival high school to Loyola, where I went. And so we played against each other for 2 years there. I think we actually knocked him out of the playoffs my junior year, and I pitched that game. So got to face him a few times there, and definitely hoping to get another crack at it. We'll MIAA matchup here, hopefully this weekend.
How'd those high school matchups go?
I think we both got each other back and forth. I know I got him, but I don't think he ever took me deep. But I mean, he was an excellent high school player and one of the best that came out of Maryland. So I'm looking forward to facing him again and seeing how it goes.